Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joy, and hopefully I'm here to help you on your awakening journey. And I'm going to draw some cards and see what comes through. I'm using a little different setup on my table, and my shirt obviously it says trust your journey. Trust your journey. That is the theme of today, because honestly that's what I'm going through. And I kind of want to start off by saying, if you've been under attack by thought forms or people attacking you, I want you to know that you're not alone. Thought forms have been sent out to distract us. I mean, people and the powers that be use thought forms against us all the time, you know. So if you're going through that, I want you to know that you're not alone. I literally had a thought form come in and go into my mind, basically make me think that my husband was cheating. And that is something that him and I never had to deal with. We've never had to deal with that. We don't put each other through that. That's just something that we don't do. We just don't do that. And so I want you to know that if you've had thought forms attacking you, you're not alone. I always put a shield up. Or a bubble. I put a bubble around. That's Chase. Say hi, Chase. Hi, Chasey, Matt. Say hi, Chasey. Anyway, he's there. So let's see what Spirit has to say today. You know, what messages does Spirit have? I wish my hands were just slightly bigger. What messages are there for my team? For my team. Any messages from Spirit for my listeners? Thank you. Any messages? This wants to come out. Deep replenishment. That's one. Any messages for Spirit? For my listeners from Spirit, sorry. Oof, okay. We got Dance with Life, Keepers of the Earth, and Trust and Niggle. I always get that card. Let's get one more. I like to do 5. Let's get one more. Messages from Spirit. Any messages for my listeners from Spirit? Unbound. Ooh, I've never seen that card. Unbound. That's awesome. Deep replenishment. That's what I've been having to deal with lately, you guys. I have really just been at home, retreat, rest, be held. My husband and I have renewed our relationship in the midst of as soon as I made the decision to just completely open myself up to my husband because of fear and other reasons. I have, we've been together for 9 years. And actually 10 years. We've been married for 9. And just recently, we have shifted our relationship from, we ended a cycle and we renewed our relationship. And so instead of splitting, because we could have ended the cycle and split, we decided to stay together. And so now this new cycle is all about learning how to open up again. So if you're on that timeline with me where we're coming back together, This whole weekend, my kids have been gone, actually having the time of their life with their auntie, auntie and uncle and cousins. So they're enjoying themselves, but my husband and I have been at home and we have had deep replenishment. This is so necessary right now. This is really coming in and just staying within. It's a pajama day. It is a day that you just stay home and you basically stay in your pajamas, stay near your bed, don't leave your pillow, or take your pillow and blanket to the couch and read. Um, but this is really just a time where you need to take yourself into consideration and be held. And what's awesome about my relationship is, um, even though my husband doesn't communicate, he's not conscious, he's not aware of anything spiritual, but I can, because I can see where we have renewed our relationship. He held me all weekend. You know, we've done things this weekend with each other with our hearts just opening up and trusting and learning how to trust. And then what happened was I had a thought form sent to me, and it basically said he was cheating. There was a third party, and when he did it and how he did it, and people are looking at me weird because of it. It was a really deep psychological attack, and it was just that. It was an attack. It wasn't real. So I'm not alone. Okay, these thought forms are getting really serious. Especially if you're on my timeline and we're just on the brink of, I don't know what to say. We're on the brink of having all our dreams come true, like universe showing up, all of our struggles paying off, people used to call it I have arrived, that moment where I have arrived, where everything is taken care of and all of your hard work is paying off, right? I haven't quite reached that. This is necessary before you reach that point, you know? Deep replenishment, retreat, take some time for yourself. If you're in a relationship, hold each other, cuddle, do things differently than you have before, if that makes sense. Um, because we're all shifting, so don't expect the same things. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't expect the same things. We have shifted. Our timeline has shifted to a higher timeline. So I want people to stop expecting that, yeah, he did cheat. No, it was just an attack. It wasn't real. Okay, so we're being called to pay attention, and we just went through a change of clarity. Like, we went through a brief moment where we went from not having as much clarity to having a lot of clarity, and so now we are able to see things. And so if you're on my timeline, that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. So this deep replenishment is really just going within. This is taking time to take care of yourself. This is, like I said, having a pajama day. This is really just loving yourself as much as possible. The more you love yourself, the more love you can receive. So when you can love yourself, the more you can love yourself, the more love you can receive, right? So I'm not sure who needed to hear that, but it was a very important message, and definitely something that I'm going through personally on a personal level. Yes. So next card is Dance with Life. Dance with Life. And this is honestly me. I love, like, turning on my music and playing I love my 80s music. I love my 90s music. I love 2000s music. I love I don't really know too much of the modern music, like what people are listening to, mumble rap and stuff. Not too much, except Tom McDonald. I am into Tom McDonald because of his truth. But Dance with Life. Turn the music up. Alan Walker, I think I said that right. And my favorite song from him is Faded for some reason. But when that song comes on, I feel like this lady right here just dancing. It feels so good to just release that energy, you know? Hang on just a second. Give me 1 second. Guess who's calling? Sorry about that. He always seems to find me like in the middle of a reading. It's so funny. He's always trying to interrupt me. So we're dancing with life. We're turning the music up. We're making a playlist. I have playlists on my YouTube here. If you want to just go listen to some of the music I dance to. I have 80s. I have metal. I listen to pretty much everything. Country rap, everything. Dance with life. Find your joy. Find something that makes you happy. Because we are being asked to really tap into our inner child energy right now. So, universe is saying, play. Turn the music up. Dance. Dance with life. Dance with yourself. You know? If you need to hear that. I know I do, because life is a way of keeping us serious and not wanting us to play. And, I have to remind my husband to play, be kind, be gentle, The next card I drew was Keepers of the Earth. Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. If you're on my channel, you are a very powerful being, and we have very powerful ancestors. Our ancestors are always guiding us. They're always encouraging us. They want us to do the things that they were never able to do. Like, use this video. Our ancestors never had the opportunity to do this, and they want us to take the opportunity to share what we haven't been able to share, say what we haven't been able to say, be who we haven't been able to be. Our guides want us to understand that you literally have a team around you all the time. They're always around you. Like in this card, she's there. She's standing behind her. And we used to call them guardian angels. I grew up saying my guardian angels. And my grandmother, who was half Native American, she was orphaned. And her energy comes up a lot because she was not able to share a lot. She wasn't able to speak who she was. And unfortunately, cancer took her way too soon. And I was very young. I was like probably 4 or 5. And I don't remember her. I don't really remember her in person. I don't remember her. I remember my grandfather. And that was my dad's mom. My dad's mom, I don't remember because she was gone way too soon. So I never got an opportunity to know her. But after she passed, I know that she was one of my guardians. She never left me. She's still there. You can feel who your ancestors are. You can feel it. So right now, actually, your ancestor is going to reach out to you, and they're going to tell you who they are. They're going to tell you who they are. My dad is one of them. My mom is now too. And they're all together. They're working. They are working in your favor. They are going to show you things that you only dreamed about. And we're about to reach that precipice. That's why we're getting all of the thought forms sent to us, and we're needing to deeply replenish our energy, deeply replenish our spirit. Stay home. Take the shower, do the bath, the sea salt bath, the Epsom salt bath. Do lavender. You can also do a 12D shielding. I can share that in the description below as well. But our ancestors have never left us. They're working with us. They're the ones giving you the thoughts, the good ones. They're the ones giving you the good feelings on how to how to respond to what's happening because there's a lot going on outside, right? And our ancestors want us to trust that feeling. Again, trust the niggle, trust that inner feeling. It's like, I always called it God consciousness. And it's like a feeling that you get in your gut, and it's kind of trying to guide you. It's sending you feelings so that you will listen. Even with your eating habits. I do a lot of fasting, and people have been so misinformed about fasting. It's ridiculous. Like, I have been learning to trust that inner feeling for a very long time. The first thing it wanted me to do was to stop drinking soda. So I did. I stopped drinking soda. And then I started eating more vegetables, and I stopped eating a lot of meat, and I stopped with the dairy, and I do a lot of fasting now. I eat I think my resting metabolism is about 1,700. So I have to eat at least 1,700 calories for my body to work properly each day. And I've been doing this since 2020, so I have it down. Um, I'm not gonna die or anything. Anyways, trust the feeling that you get. It's guiding you so that you could be the best version of yourself. And that's really what this is all about. We're trying to be the best version of ourselves so that we can help everyone else be their best version, which would be the highest timeline, right? That's what we're working on. Unbound. Unbound. I've never seen this card. I actually haven't been. I've asked to get new cards because I kept drawing the same cards. So I was like, I want new cards. This is definitely, yeah, releasing old patterns, contracts, and past lives. Okay. So unbound. What came to mind immediately is when I'm sleeping, I am also dealing with past lives and karmic cycles. So these cycles that I've been dealing with are ending cycles so that I can move forward into the highest timeline and be an example of how to do that, right? So what I'm doing in my dreams, I'm dealing with past lives. And sometimes when I wake up early, I actually am still in that mindset of the dream where I'm like still in fight or flight mode. Sorry, that was my clock. Fight or flight mode, so I'm in fight or flight mode still, and I take it out on people around me, and I don't mean to, and that's something that I have a contract to do, right? So, excuse me, clearing. Anyways, we are clearing past lives and contracts out, right? I just got a whole bunch of energy for some reason. So we're releasing old contracts, soul patterns. We're learning how to do things differently. So cycles will come up, things will be brought up for us to deal with. And we are being asked to look at it differently, maybe look at the situation from a higher point of view, right? So instead of doing or reacting or being defensive the way we always have been, maybe try to do something different. Take yourself out of the situation. This is what I do. I try to just take myself out of the situation and look at it from a higher perspective. And generally, I can change the cycle when I do that because I'm reacting different. I'm not defensive. I'm not fighting. I'm not going to continue this. Just like when I asked, I had to because I had this thought for him come to me about him having a third party, and it was so fucking real. I felt it, right? I felt it. I felt it in my gut, and then my head started putting pieces together, right? It wasn't real. It wasn't real. It was an implanted thought. And so I had to rise above that. I had to remove myself from it think about it logically, my husband doesn't have time for that. He literally drives 200 miles a day to work. He leaves before the sun comes up. He gets home after the sun goes down. The only time he spends is with his family, um, and we go everywhere else with them. All right? Like, this thought form was so damn real, I almost believed it. So, and I've been doing work on myself just constantly, right? I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly in the spirit. I'm constantly trusting my guides. Why was that brought to me? I don't know. But I know for a fact that because I didn't react to it, I didn't do any accusations, I didn't accuse him of it, I didn't blow up on him. I literally just took the information, looked at it, and asked him, hey, you don't have anything to tell me, right? We're good. You're not, interested in anyone else. Even though his reaction was like, you're crazy. Why the hell would you even do that? And he snapped, And I was able to just, I'm already removed from the situation, see? So all I did was, hey, I just needed to ask. I don't want any suspicions moving forward because I'm completely opening my heart to him and my spirit and my soul to him. I've never done that before, and it's very scary. But I'm talking to those of you in a long-term relationship. We're being asked to do things differently. I'm going to draw some other cards from this one. Sorry, this was Work Your Light, and I'm going to use my spell casting now to get more messages. Any more messages from Spirit? Any messages from Spirit? What do they need to hear? What do my listeners need to know? What will help my listeners? What do my listeners need to hear? Financial health. Reconciliation. You see how they are always cards. Don't give me the same card, Spirit. Come on. Thank you. Let's see what this one. Compassion. Compassion. Let's do 2 more, Spirit. 2 more messages or 2 more cards. 2 more cards from my listeners, please. Psychic abilities. If you're one of my regulars, you know about psychic abilities. So. And happiness. And with that, Joel called me, so hang on just a second. I'm going to take this call and finish this reading. I'll be right back. Hey, you guys. Sorry about that. I am always interrupted by him for some reason. Financial health. Now, this has come up. This is the second time it's come up in a reading, like one of the first cards. And this is something I have been working on for a while now. Trying to let go of all of my ideals. All the ideas I used to have. All of the belief systems I used to have. All of the programming I had for finances, for money, about income, about, what to do with it, right? I had so much programming, and this life I've chosen to live a humble life, and so I've had to manage my money, and watch spending and pay attention to those things. This is something that we are all working on right now. So we're being asked to change the way we think about money, the way we think about abundance, the way we think about our finances. We're being called to look at it in a different perspective. And I think we can use the same technique that I did earlier. When you're in a situation, just remove yourself. So try to remove yourself from your finances and try to look at it from a higher perspective. And so if you're buying groceries daily, maybe try to buy them weekly. If you're buying groceries weekly, maybe try to switch it up and buy them daily or every few days. What I have been doing is buying it daily. And so I have had to look at my finances completely different. But what my guides are really trying to tell me, I believe, is to just let go of what we've been believing and be open to a new way of thinking about it. That's pretty much it. Just be open to a new way of thinking about it, because we're shifting, and life is if you haven't noticed, we are shifting big time, and lately it has been shifting very quickly. And I did pull the reconciliation card, so some of my viewers are still having to deal with reconciliation. I know I have had to deal with this because I have an oldest daughter who is now 29. I have I had her when I was 15, and she's on her own. She's a very strong, independent woman, and I'm very proud of her for that. And I've had to really just let the universe have her, because she doesn't want reconciliation right now, and so I have to deal with that, and it's painful on my end, but the truth is I just really need to trust the universe with her, even more so. So we're being called to put people that we care about into the universe's hands and just let the universe take care of it for us. Trust that the universe has them. Trust that it's going to be okay no matter what. Even if they're not in our lives, that person, place, thing, situation, institution, whatever it is going to be fine. It's going to be all right. And we need to be using compassion. Compassion, I have too. This is another card that I have had recently. Compassion is something that we need to be practicing in our daily life. This is something that we are, if you look at the collective, this is something that a lot of people are lacking. I've seen videos of people falling and people, there was a social experiment where people grabbed children and just walked down a, what am I trying to say, an alleyway. They grabbed the child and they walked down an alleyway and no one did anything. They just kept walking, looking at their phones, etc. Compassion has been lost because people's third eye are calcified, with the fluoride and the poison and stuff they put in our food and water and air. It's just clogging our system. This is one of the first things to go. People just seem to not care. They just don't care. They've been programmed not to care. And with this, you need to open your heart chakra. I don't know if you can see it, but this is basically her heart area here, her heart chakra. We really need to work on opening our heart chakra, because when you have a closed heart, there's a lack of love. There's a lack of compassion. There's a lack of caring and gentleness and kindness. And we really need to practice opening that. And I know that if you're as sensitive as me, extremely sensitive, it's really hard to open. It's so much easier to just stay closed off and not have to deal with it. But that isn't why we're here. We're here to open up. So I'm just going to clear out our heart chakra here while I have you, because, and also any attachments to your heart chakra that are What am I trying to say? Not unexpected. What is it? Unrealistic expectations, things like that. I'm just gonna clear it out for you because you really honestly don't need all that stuff here. And so we're just gonna, it's spinning in the appropriate manner. And yeah, that'll be so much better for you guys. Um, yeah, there you go. Let's open that heart chakra up, you guys. Our psychic abilities are coming online. My guides like to call them our cosmic abilities. And our psychic abilities are coming online, but if we're clogged up with old beliefs, limiting beliefs, programming, conditioning, we're going to have a really hard time being able to trust our intuition and trust our inner guidance. You know, the first thing you really want to do is start clearing out your energy. Energy clearings, you can do meditations, you can listen to high vibrational music, like I said earlier, with the dance card. Oh yeah, here we go, dance with life, because our guides want us to be happy. In order to be happy, in order for our psychic abilities to come online, we need to clear out all the crap. My guides literally, when I think about it, when I can get a visual on the stuff that's just, it's like black tar. It's like black tar goo. And if you can just imagine black tar goo all over the inside of your body, covering all your chakra centers, your energy, it's dampening your abilities, it's clogging your energy, it's keeping negativity. It's literally like tar. So all this negativity and any negative thought forms that fly around just stick to you. They just stick to you, this tar, and it's heavy. And those of you who are sensitive, you can feel it when you have negative thought forms stuck to you, and you could just feel it. It really weighs you down, you know. And so honestly, our abilities come online when you have the ability to open yourself up. So are you willing to open yourself up? You need to ask yourself, are you willing? Are you willing to be willing? Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. What are your guides telling you to do? You can hear them. They're always talking to you. You literally have a team of people around you constantly. Oh, yeah, and also the last part on the bottom was lighten your load. You know who you are. You're constantly working. You're constantly working. You're constantly striving. You're constantly thinking and planning. And right now, you need to lighten your load. The guides want you to lighten your load. Take some weight off that shoulders of yours. You know? Take what resonates, leave the rest. Take what resonates and leave the rest. There was a lot of messages here. Your guides love you so much. We're going through so much right now. We're shifting to a whole nother level. You know? A whole nother level. And our guides want the best for us. They want the best for us. Blessings. What is it that your guides are trying to tell you? Now's the time to listen. Alright? I love you. And actually, let me see if there's any last messages. I'll use my wisdom cards here. House and Night. Love them. Let's see. Any last messages? Any last messages for my viewers? From Spirit? From the guides? from the angels? Any last messages? Any last messages? Beauty. Beauty. This is you. This is your light. I don't think you realize how beautiful you are in the spirit realm. Your light lights up the entire universe. Not just your home, not just your town, not just Earth. The entire universe is affected by your light. Don't be afraid to shine your light, you guys. Never be afraid to be who you are. It's taken me 44 years to finally be comfortable being authentic and being who I really am. Who I really am. And honestly, it's too much for some people, and that's okay. It's okay if that's too much for some people. They aren't meant for you. You're not meant for everybody. My love, darling, you're not meant for everybody. Okay? It's alright to let people go. Let them go. High Priestess of Earth. You are a High Priestess. Actually, where's my book? I want to read that. High Priestess of Earth. That just gives me, the Virgo energy, the Earth sign energy, which I don't know all of them, sorry. This is number 3, card 3. Alright, High Priestess of Earth. When you choose the symbol of the High Priestess of Earth, I, Nyx, the Goddess of Night, am nudging you to take care of your health and your beautiful body. Oh, we touched on that earlier too, didn't we? My vampire High Priestess of Earth symbolizes all things in the physical world. Your body, the body of Earth, and the things you surround yourself with. Now is the time to eat well, get rest, and connect to the power of Earth by walking barefoot. Be mindful, knowing you are a child of flesh and bone who came alive through the blending of Earth magic and your spirit. If your question is about a situation with a friend or love interest, know that the High Priestess of Earth is asking you to wait until you see tangible evidence of what you seek to understand about this relationship. Perhaps the first kiss or some shared activity will give you more insight into your question. Stay grounded and wait and see. Interesting. So it's also saying not to jump to conclusions. So if you're starting out on something, don't jump to conclusions. Take your time. Take your time, but be authentic. Be who you are. Never, excuse me, I'm clearing. Never dim the light inside. Never. Not for anyone or anything. Because if you do, it lacks authenticity. It means it might not last, The more authentic you are, you attract things to you. You attract love. You attract your dreams. You attract all the things that you are dreaming about. And one last card. Any last messages from my viewers? Any last messages from my viewers? From Spirit? From the guides? Meditation. When they want us to spend more time in meditation. If you're not meditating, see me, I am a multitasker, so I do a lot of meditation, and they don't want me to do that. They want me to sit. So we're being called to sit and meditate. We can meditate on a feeling, we can meditate on a situation, or you can meditate to do nothing. Clear your mind, get in touch with yourself. Whatever your intention is, you have the ability to set the intention to whatever it is you want. So set that intention and meditate on that. That's what we're being called to do. Be open to receive. Don't close yourself off, all right? I love you. I hope this helped. I hope you have an awesome week. because, yeah, it's Monday. Happy Monday. I love you. Have a good day, guys.